Hey everyone, Frog here, welcome to another guide for Aether Gazer. Today we're checking up enlightening HEIMDALL, one of the main people in charge of the cryptics, who developed most of Aether Gazer's AI systems, including the Mimir system. So, about HEIMDALL, what we know. We know that HEIMDALL is a light range modifier hailing from Yggdrasil, and she uses energy as her combat resources. As for her skills, her normal attack, Sky Render Ray, consists of a 6-hit combo that fires rays at enemies ahead using the Circles of Reason, dealing light damage. Also, she restores 3 energy per second. As for her skill 1, Within Reason, summons the Circles of Reason next to the enemy and punishes anyone who disrupts the order, dealing light damage. Her skill 2, Final Warning, summons the Spinning Wheel of Admonishment above the enemy, dealing light damage. Also increases damage by 10% for 10 seconds when the last strike of Final Warning hits. This effect is shared with teammates who were within the most recently generated Realm of Truth. Skill 3, Light Realm Ultimate, activates the Circles of Reason to attack the enemy from above, dealing light damage. Generates a Realm of Truth lasting 8 seconds nearby upon skill hit, and all bonuses from mod skills, Aether Codes, and the dodge effect are shared with teammates who were within the most recently generated Realm of Truth. Her ultimate skill, Truth Mantras, chants mantras of truth to unleash the potential within, increasing mod's attack, deals extra damage equal to 100% additional attack upon landing a hit. Effect lasts 8 seconds and can trigger every 0.4 seconds. Once every 0.4 seconds, that is. This effect is shared with teammates who were within the most recently generated Realm of Truth. Also gains ultimate skill charge when HEIMDALL or a teammate triggers the dodge effect. Triggers once every 0.5 seconds. Her dodge skill, Leapfrog Advance, quickly dodges enemy attacks. Extremity Dodge triggers the dodge effect. Dodge effect restores 2 energy every 1 second and increases attack by 300 for 4 seconds. This effect is shared with teammates who were within the most recently generated Realm of Truth. So as you can see, HEIMDALL can really buff your team pretty much, but you need to make sure that all her buffs are up before generating a Realm of Truth with her skill 3. That's pretty much how you go about it, pretty much in a rotation wise. Now, we're not really done yet. Next up we have the ultimate skill chain, Star Punch Koni. It's performed alongside Okuninushi, deals light damage and increases the additional attack of all members of the team by 1200. Hits landed by HEIMDALL also inflict additional damage equal to 120% of additional attack. Effect lasts 8 seconds and can trigger once every 0.5 seconds. Also deals physical damage, and hits landed by Okuninushi reset the CD of the cooldown, of skill 3 for all members of the team. And that will be all of her skills for HEIMDALL. Pretty straightforward, there's nothing really too complicated about it. Only thing you need to remember is that you need to apply your buffs pretty much. If you have your ultimate, throw your ultimate in first, if you have your dodge effect enabled and whatnot, and then you go into Light Realm Ultimate and to generate the Realm of Truth, and then you press skill 2 to do the Final Warning, right? So you can get all the buffs pretty much the character can give. Now that we finished with the skills, let's go to Access Key and her Functor. Now, I do not have her Functor myself, but while HEIMDALL is an A rank, it is actually recommended to go for his signature Functor. That being said, only do it if you can afford it. Don't go out of your way to get it, if you want to keep your shifted stars for someone that's coming up, or you aiming for something else, like, it's not, at the top of priorities like Hera's Functor, for example, right? So, yeah, her signature Functor, Eowyn, grants the following effects to HEIMDALL. Skill 3, Light Realm Ultimate, is replaced with Gen's Realm Ultimate. The Realm of Truth generated by Gen's Realm Ultimate lasts 2 seconds longer and increases the radius of its coverage by 25%. A pretty good substantial, really, radius, because HEIMDALL, the thing about her is that her buffs are good, but it depends on who you're fighting as well and who your team is, because the thing about it is that if you have a ranged character that you are teaming with HEIMDALL, you will need to go into close range pretty much, because her Realm of Truth revolves around the target, as you saw earlier in the skills section. so you can be a little bit awkward, to play. So, it is a good buff in general. That's why it's one of the reasons as well. Also, increases the skill damage of all teammates within the most recently generated Realm of Truth by 16% every 2 seconds for 5 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So in total, if you max out here Functor, Heimdall could provide a 100% skill damage bonus on maximum stack, which is pretty insane, honestly. So as you can see, like this is one other reason why it's recommended to go for her Functor, because her Functor, stacks up so much skill damage bonus that can help your main carry do like even more damage, right? And the thing is, like, Heimdall, outside of Heimdall, who's like, I guess you could play her, I suppose, in the main carry slot, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Heimdall is, it's made to be played as a support, to support your main carry, to buff her and stuff. Like, in a way, she's kind of a mini Hera, if you have her Functor as well. But yeah, as mentioned before, only go if you can afford it. The cool thing about Functor is that you can guaranteed to get which one you want, so you can pull it for it whenever you want. The Functors don't go away in the gacha. You can guarantee it anytime you want, pretty much. So unless you can do it, so you should go for it. But also there is another thing that I'd like to mention, and I'm not 100% sure on that, honestly, so you'll have to excuse me about that. I need to reconfirm it with someone who's playing the CN version of the game, but in a later patch, much later actually, there's probably a way to actually get signature Functor for A ranks from the shop. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure of that, don't quote me on that. It's something that I need to confirm. If someone knows, feel free to say so in the comment section as well. And that will do it for the Functor. Next up, we have the Sigils. So as you can see, my Sigils are not ready yet in my own build for Heimdall, and that is because I'm waiting for something specific. But let's get it from the top. So Heimdall has a couple Sigil builds. The most common one would be Victor's PN in 236 and Nibel in 145. But what is Victor's PN, right? Unfortunately, Victor's PN isn't in the game yet for global. It is in the CN version and we expect it to come in the next patch. So that's why I'm bringing it up as well, because it's gonna introduce in the next patch and it's gonna be the energy sigil for all the energy characters pretty much. So if you don't want to spend extra resources to forge it later on, then you could wait a bit and farm it in the next patch. That would be my advice to you, I think. It would be it would be better that way. Lastly, since Heimdall is an A rank modifier, there is a good chance that you might have transcended her to Omega or want to farm her to Omega rank. So if that is the case, then you can use all 3 sigil sets, meaning you can run Obelisk of Light in 1-3, Victor's PN in 2-4, and Nibel at 5-6. So that's why I have pretty much the Obelisk of Light as well in 1-3, because I'm waiting for Victor's PN and then I can farm that and I can get another Nibel from the shop and complete like the 3-set Omega Sigil setup. As for the skill effects, you want to look for the usual Fierce Assault, Berserk and Rage, but you should give some priority this time on finding Loop Back, Light Blessing, Siphon, Calculator Reverse and Raptor. Tactics Enhancing Gladiator is fine, but not something to actively look out for. And that will do it for the sigils. Short and sweet, there's nothing more to actually say about it, but those are my recommendations for you. If depending on what you want to do, you want to build your Heimdall now because you are in need of her, you want to wait it out for the new energy set that's coming up, it's on you. I'm playing the waiting game. I like Heimdall, I want to use her, but I'm not in a need to use her yet. Even though actually I've been using her in some modes just as she is pretty much. She might not be the best right now in her best form, but she still provides some support. So next up, we have the warps. I don't have them of course because I don't have the sigils, but as for slot 1 and slot 2, you can actually skip if you want. It's not really required to do since you're playing Heimdall as a support, so you can save materials, but if you want her to deal some extra damage, then as usual power up Reigns and Executioner or Judge, depending if you have below SSS or SSS and above. You can check my warp guide for, you know, any little details that you might not know or missing. As for slot 3 and slot 4, you want a combination of Flashback Core 2 and Unfetter, or Unfetter plus Telepathize Force Field 1. And lastly, for 5 and 6, what you want to look out for is a combination of Flashback Core 3 and Cognition Iterated, since Heimdall's extra attack stat boost from her ultimate skills with her ultimate skill level. This will bring your extra attack up. So that will do it for the warps. Pretty straightforward as well here. There's nothing more to add. You know, you can, if you want to, you can always like try different things, how you feel. Because like I said, some of those like depends on your playstyle a little bit, on how you want to play the character. Some of the, you know, it's like it's a general purpose recommendation kind of thing. So, you know, these are, you know, they're good to use, but you know, sometimes you want to try something different, you know, like I don't know, you could try something, another warp. The cool thing is that once you unlock the level for the warp, you can pretty much remove and equip someone else, so you don't have to spend extra materials to do something else. And lastly, for the builds, the Aether Codes. So for Aether Codes, you can use all paths actually, in specific conditions, but the one you probably want to use the most is triple yellow. The triple yellow gives additional attack for 6 seconds, also increases the Aether Code of Skywatcher's bonus effect by 50% and extends the duration for another 2 seconds over here. And on top of that, it gives the very much needed crit rate on your teammates, so they can crit even more and do more damage when they are in the realm of truth. So that will be by 7% for 10 seconds, I'm sorry, and the effect can stack up to 3 times, so it's pretty good. Now, if you plan to play Heimdall in a full light team, then you want to go for triple red. Triple red is if you want to play her in the full light team, but it's a very super specific niche build, since we really do not have that many light element characters. I guess, you know, if you're a tier main, this is you. You know, you can play, if you're playing tier a lot, you can play in this comp with another light character. And lastly, the blue setup, the triple blue. If you plan to play triple blue, you want to run a team focused around energy resource team pretty much. So, and that the triple blue actually helps with Heimdall's damage a bit too. So Heimdall can do a little bit more damage. So that will be it for codes, warp, sigils, access skills, and now on to the team recommendation. So for team recommendations, you can actually use any team for Heimdall, because her buffs revolve around attack boost, crit rate, and skill damage. So, you know, you can put her in any team that you feel you're missing, you know, that third character. Any team will do, really. Unless you're playing something specific, of course, right? So any team will do. Heimdall can do her job as long as she's built. And that will pretty much do it for team recommendation as well. This is Heimdall. I hope this video helped you out. Hope it was useful. I hope, you know, you get an idea of how to build Heimdall as well. If you have something to add, feel free to say so in the comment section below. If you feel this video is useful, you know, leave a like, you know, subscribe as well for more Aether Gazer guides. I would really appreciate it. You know, really love the game. I really doing that. So if I help people doing so, it would be great. And yeah, what else to say? One last thing I suppose would be that, you know, I keep streaming on Twitch. You can find me there. Play a lot of Aether Gazer. You can ask me any questions there live, you know, or chill with me. And that will be about it. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace everyone. Until next time.